Welcome to day 2 of 4 weeks of yoga. Today we're going to do the same sequence we did yesterday, and we're going to continue to do this sequence for the rest of this week, because that way instead of focusing on what pose or exercise comes next, you can really focus on your breathing and matching breath to movement. It'll also make it easier for you to notice small improvements and big improvements as well, but also small improvements. So we're going to start seated on the floor. You can close your eyes, and we're going to do the body scan. Starting with our breath, we're just going to bring our mind towards our breath and we're going to focus on it. We're going to see where it is in this moment, how quick it is, how deep it is. And we're just going to notice the movements our torso makes with each breath.
I've searched many years on end.
Now we're going to think about our feet and the sensations we're having in our feet.
Was none that my soul could depend.
Now we're going to move up to our legs and our knees, thinking about how the muscles feel today. Are they a little bit tighter? Or maybe they're a little bit looser? We're just noticing these things.
This very hour.
Next, we're going to think about the hips and the torso. Now we're going to bring our mindfulness to our hands and our arms, thinking about the sensations our hands are having. Maybe you're touching your clothes. Think about that sensation and how the muscles feel as well.
In His name I find the joy I seek.
Now you're going to think about the shoulders and the neck and the chest area. Next, we're going to think about our mindset today, just noticing where it is in this moment.
Was none that my soul could depend. My soul cries out for your prayer.
Now we're going to slowly come to standing to do our 4 half Sun Salutations. So standing on one end of your yoga mat or carpet, we're going to inhale the arms out and up, looking up towards the sky. And then with an exhale, we're going to reach our arms out and down, reaching for the floor. We're going to inhale our head up, and with an exhale, we're going to step back into a plank position and come down until we're laying on the ground. With our hands underneath our shoulders, going to push up until you straighten your arms as much as you can. This is the Cobra Pose. And then with an exhale, we're going to push back into Child's Pose. With an inhale, you're going to come up and then come to standing. Do it one more time on that same side. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, bending down from the waist. Touching the floor, bending the knees if you have to. Inhale the head up. And then with an exhale, we're going to come down to the ground. You're going to push up into Cobra Pose, straightening the arms as much as you can. On your next exhale, pushing back into Cobra, into Child's Pose. With an inhale, we're going to lift up and come to standing and do the again with the other leg going back. So we inhale the arms out and up, and we exhale coming down. Inhale the head up, and with an exhale step back and lower to the ground. With an inhale, come up into Cobra Pose, straightening the arms only as much as you can. And with an exhale, you're going to come back into Child's Pose. Inhaling, we're going up to standing to do the last half Sun Salutation. So inhaling the arms out and up, really enjoying the stretch, and with an exhale coming down to the ground. We're going to inhale the head up a little bit, and with an exhale we're going to come down. Inhaling, we're going to lift up into Cobra Pose. And on your next exhale, we're going to push down into Child's Pose. With an inhale, we're going to come up, and we're going to come to standing to do the first half of that again. So inhaling the arms out and up, and exhaling down, bending from the waist. Touching the floor, we're going to inhale the head up a little, and with an exhale, we're going to relax the head. Inhale the head up, and then come down into all fours. We're going to get ready to do downward dog. Cat-cow. Inhale, arching the back, and with an exhale, we're going to round the back. Inhaling the back, inhaling, arching the back, and exhaling, rounding the back. Going to inhale, arching the back, and exhale, rounding the back. We're going to stay here for an inhale, and then with an exhale, we're going to lower down into Child's Pose. Going to come up with an inhale, arching the back, and exhale, rounding the back. With an exhale, we're going to lower down into Child's Pose. Inhaling, we come up, arching, and then we exhale, rounding the back. And then we lower down into Child's Pose. We're going to come up and arch the back, and then we're going to round it, and lower down into Child's Pose. We're going to come up, arching the back, and with an exhale, rounding the back. We're going to arch the back and round it. Inhale, arching the back, and exhale, rounding it. Inhale and exhale. We're going to stay here for an inhale, and then on your next exhale, you're going to push down into Child's Pose. Going to come up with an inhale, arching the back, and exhale, rounding it. An exhale, lower down into Child's Pose. Coming up, an inhale, exhaling, round the back, and then we lower down into Child's Pose. Inhaling, we're going to come up, arching the back, then rounding the back, and lowering down into Child's Pose. We're going to come up with our back in neutral, and now we're going to get ready to do downward dog. So tucking the toes, we're going to inhale, lifting the hips up into the air. Remember, you can keep your knees bent if you need to. The most important thing in this stretch is keeping the back long. You can also walk the dog if you want, just bending one knee and then bending the other and changing like that. Or you can just rest and breathe into the pose. Now we're going to come down to all fours to transition into Child's Pose with an exhale. We're going to come back up and get ready to do that again. So tucking the toes, and with an inhale we're going to lift the hips up, bending the knees if you must. Keep the back straight. We're going to come back down to all fours, and with an exhale, lower down into Child's Pose.
To be overcome by your presence, Lord.
With an inhale, we're going to come up, and then we're going to get ready to do the Dolphin Pose. So we're going to be on all fours, but on our elbows directly underneath the shoulders and the hands clasped together. Tucking the toes, we lift up the hips on an inhale, keeping the knees bent if you need to.
Have done marvelous things for the whole world's sin.
We're going to walk the feet back a few inches and lowering the hips. We're going to put our weight more into our arms to come into a Dolphin Plank Pose. You should really feel your center activating. Now we're going to lower down into a Child's Pose.
Worthy, only you are worthy to receive all glory. Only you have died and rose again.
So we're going to come back up to get ready for it. To do the pose again. Elbows underneath the shoulders, hands clasped together. And on an inhale, we push the hips up, straightening the knees as much as we can. We'll stay here for about 2 more breaths. Now we're going to walk the feet back a few inches, and bringing our hips down, we're going to come into Dolphin Plank Pose and hold this for about 2 more breaths.
You tell the storm be still, and we know it.
Lowering down, with an exhale, we lower down into Child's Pose. After this, we're going to stand up to do some cardio. A reminder that it's 30 seconds of one exercise and then 15 seconds rest. So coming up, we're going to stand up to do the cardio now. The first exercise is squats. You can do the arms as I am showing in the video, or on your hips, wherever you need to. 30-second squat starting now. So 15 seconds rest, and the next exercise is going to be jumping jacks. So 30 seconds of jumping jacks.
Lifting up our hearts to you in praise, for you have done marvelous things.
30 seconds jumping jacks starting now.
Lord, you have done marvelous things.
Wonderful. Now we're going to have 15 seconds rest, and we're going to do the next exercise is going to be lunges. So again, you can put the arms wherever you need to, whether it be on your hips, wherever you can best stabilize yourself. "30 seconds lunges starting now.
Spirit of Jesus, living within us, never to fail or forsake, unending promise, heaven inside.
Perfect. Now 15 seconds rest before we repeat all those exercises again. So quick reminder, we start with squats, and then we go into jumping jacks, and then lunges. And don't forget to breathe.
Is the Lord worthy to
30 seconds of squats starting now.
Filled with your wonder, here I surrender. Held in your mystery of grace, calling me close.
Now we get a 15-second rest before the next exercise. This is a perfect time to make sure you're still breathing. It's easy to forget to breathe. 30 seconds of jumping jacks starting now. Perfect. We just have the last exercise to do after our 15-second rest. So we're so close to the end. Don't give up now. You got this. So next exercise is going to be lunges. "30 seconds of lunges.
He who was and is to come is the one who lives in us, the great I am, Yahweh. He who was and is to come is the one who lives in us, the great I am.
Great job. Now we're going to come back down onto the ground. We're going to lay on our back with our knees bent. You're going to put the right foot on the left knee, and you can leave it on the ground if that is enough of a stretch for you. If you want to get a deeper stretch, you can wrap your hands around your left thigh and bring it closer to your chest. With each exhale, you should feel how it can get closer to your chest a little. We're going to release the leg, and we're going to switch feet. So the left foot on the right knee. You can leave it there or pick it up, wrapping your hands around the right thigh, bringing it closer to your chest. If you lift it off the ground, keep both feet flexed to protect the knees. And while we're doing these cool down stretches, make sure to breathe and start to lengthen your breath a little bit.
All-consuming flame, Yahweh.
We're going to release the leg. And now we're going to bend the left knee, left leg, keeping the right one straight. And we're just going to twist the left knee over to the right side. You can keep the foot on the inside of the right leg or on the outside like I have it, but keep it close to the leg. The left arm is extended out to the side, and similarly we're going to want to keep the shoulder on the ground. We don't want to lift up off the ground.
When you're underwater, don't know up from down. You don't need to fight it, just surrender now. I know your heart is aching.
We're going to come back and switch legs. So bending the right knee and twisting it over to the left side. And the right arm is outstretched to the side. Remember to not let the shoulder come up off the ground.
And lay it all on me. Rest your weary head, and I'll be all you need. I'll be everything, everything, yeah.
We're going to continue to lengthen our breath. We want to bring our heart rate back down after having done so much cardio. Now we're going to come back to subject. We're going to grab our knees, hands on the kneecaps, and with an exhale we're going to bring them close to our chest. As we inhale, we're going to let our arms stretch out. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the knees back into the chest. We're going to release the legs now. And we're going to start our 5-minute meditation. So you can place your hands at your sides. You can put them on your torso. You can also bend your knees if that's more comfortable. Whatever position is most comfortable for you, that's where you can stay. We're just going to continue to lengthen our breath as much as you comfortably can. Continue to lengthen.
And I'll be all you need. I'll be everything, yeah. I'll be everything, yeah. I'll be everything, yeah. I'm still speaking in the silence.
Really enjoy this time to physically rest and also to mentally and emotionally rest. You're going to have thoughts floating around in your mind, and that's okay. You can acknowledge that they're there, but don't bring them to the front of your mind. Don't give them any importance, because we're just going to rest right now. Now you can let the breath fall wherever it naturally falls. We're not going to try to consciously lengthen it anymore. We're just going to relax.
Rest your weary head, and I'll be all you need.
You can visualize all your stress and anxiety as water, droplets of water, and the floor is a sponge. It's soaking up all the excess stress and anxiety. And with each droplet of water that it soaks up, with each droplet of water that falls from you, you feel lighter. You feel freer. Like you can do so much more than you felt like you could do before. Feels like a huge weight has been lifted off your chest. And it continues to lift with each droplet that falls, with each droplet that is soaked up by the floor, each anxious thought that disappears. You feel lighter and freer. Now we're just going to enjoy this time to listen to the music and not really think about anything, except maybe our mantra or meditation for today, which is, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. That's from John 14:27. Really let that soak into your heart and your soul. And just enjoy these few minutes of rest.
When the shadows feel like giants, are you chasing me down? Tell me, where could I run from your light? Where could I hide? And within your precious thoughts, there's no hiding from your love. Highs and lows, Lord, you're with me either way it goes. Should I rise or should I fall? Mm. You're too good to let me go. Should I dance on the heights or make my bed among the dead? Your mercy waits at every
And when you're ready, you can roll over to one side. And with your eyes closed or with a soft gaze, you can push up to seated. You can place your hands on your heart and imagine and visualize that as you inhale, a long, deep inhale, you're filling your heart up with peace and joy and energy. And as you exhale, you're sending all that energy and joy and peace into your entire body, all the way into your fingertips and your toes. Now you can let your hands fall down to your lap again. And with an inhale, you can lower your head. And with a slow exhale, you can slowly open your eyes and lift your head. And that was our practice for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a magnificent, mindful day. See you next time.